What's up, guys? It's Mast, and we are here for something a little bit different. This is Mega Man the Power Battle. Also, I completely just skipped the cutscene, but oh well, it is what it is. This game is actually pretty interesting. It has 3 playable characters, as you can see, and also 3 courses we can take on. And in this video, if time allows, we'll be taking on all 3 with all 3 separate characters. First and foremost, we're taking on course Mega Man 1 through 2 with Mega Man himself. And this game is pretty interesting in the way that it goes about it goes about working. This game is, I guess you would say, a kind of just boss rush. You go through 8 stages of varying robot masters, well, varying depending on the course you go. They're all bosses we have fought before, going from Mega Man 1 to 7. Exactly the reason why I waited until I've played through 7 to get to play this game. Obviously, Battle and Chase was a bit of a special case because Mega Man was appearing in a racing game. But you go through all these. What the? I forgot about that part of the stage. But yeah, you just go through 8 fights and then 2 Wily stages, just in a kind of Mega Man fighting game, though it still really just plays like Mega Man, obviously. And obviously each boss has their own weaknesses, but good luck getting me to use them because I don't remember them. And since Mega Man 1, 2, 1 and 2, and I think 3, was it 3 and 5 are all jumbled up, I could not tell you what boss is weak to what in this game. I can tell you who's weak to what in 7 because 7 remains the exact same. But it really doesn't matter anyway because the Mega Buster, well, your busters in this game, the Proto Buster, Base Buster, and Mega Buster are all very satisfactory in damage. Obviously, your weaknesses would be faster, but it's not like they're completely needed. They are very useful though, but they're a bit more useful in Wily himself than in the bosses themselves. And as you guys can probably tell, I am doing a lot more commentary on what this game actually entails, mostly only because I have actually played it a little bit. Well, not played a little bit, I beat it. I got impatient. I really want to play this. I really want to play this game because it looked interesting. And I remember playing it in Ghost Arcade? I think that's the arcade. If not, I'll edit the right one in. And I've just been blasting through this game so far, but here we are, Iceman. Like I said, the Buster is very satisfactory in dealing with enemies. Their weaknesses are useful, but you really don't need them. Well, and as you can tell, Mega Man follows his moveset from 4 onwards. You got your Charge Buster, you got your Slide, you got everything you would ever need. Of course, we can't go without fighting good ol' Guts, man. We all know he's Wily's favorite. Oop. Big rock, big rock. Yeah. A lot of damage here. Done deal. Yeah, this game is really simple. You just fight your robot masters, get your weapons, and move on. There's really not much. There's really not much to talk about. So let's talk about something else. I am recording this on the same day I recorded Mega Man 7, June 13th. So I would like to talk about the smorgasbord of game news we got recently. It is not an exaggeration to say that we had probably the most game news we've ever had in a while. And all of it has been good. There is a game for everybody. But for myself, I am very much looking forward to the Ocarina of Time remake, obviously. We also have a new Fire Emblem coming out soon, so that's gonna be fun. Fortune's Weave, it's actually... It looks really fun. It looks really fun. Though the whole split story pathway, not sure how much I'm feeling that. It's not that I hate it, but Fates and Three Houses feel very boring to replay because of them. That was the wrong button. Anyway, here we are. Actually, I think I'm just gonna take the death here. I took way too much damage on keep forgetting the button. Sorry. Enemy keep rewinding. Yeah, Gutsman, or well, Super Arm is Yellow Devil's weakness. Use it to the best of your advantage. But yeah, in Fates and Three Houses, it makes the games really... It feels kind of chorish to replay them sometimes just because of the whole... You have to have the beginning... You have to have the opening of the game to be the same for each pathway. Obviously the story... Okay, not in Fates, but in Three Houses the story differs because obviously different... Can you stop doing that? Different, you have a different class. Hold on, what is... It's not Leaf Shield, I know it's not. The Cutter? The reason I want to find that out right now is because... Okay, it is Cutter. Anyway. But I'm not above giving the game a fair shake. Get your Cutter out. Because Wily is not done. Each Wily fight, every time you beat Wily, he's going to have a 10-second countdown. If you don't kill him in that 10 seconds, you lose. But that was course Mega Man 1 through 2 done. Welcome back, Mega Man. I'm glad to see you made it. Yeah, but Dr. Wily got away again. Mega Man, I'm glad you came back in one piece. Even so, if things don't change, the battle against Wily, it's just like you say, but this time we learned what robots need. Yeah, a hero like me, right? Well, not quite. What exactly do we robots need? Like humans, the robots had to determine what is right and what is wrong. Robots are not supposed to hurt humans. We need to research more on AI program. When will there be world peace? That will be up to us. Okay, I'll fight for everyone's future. And that was the start. But we got one more to get through. But yeah, like I was saying, they're fun. Okay, excuse me. I do think I have a bit more of a soft spot for Engage just because it's just so easy to pick up and play. Anyway, let's go to course 3 through 6 with Proto Man. Now, to talk a bit more about I forgot. Oh, you annoying bastard. Anyway, the Ocarina of Time remake. God, can I get my thoughts in order? The Ocarina of Time remake, like I guess you would say well, most Nintendo fans, I'm looking forward to it. Also, those are Shade Man's shows in the background, but yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. I wonder what they're going to change. Full disclosure, I have never played the original Ocarina of Time. Never on the never on the Wii Virtual Console, never on the Wii U Virtual Console. I think it had that. Never on NX64. Obviously, I've only ever played the 3DS version. Obviously, that one's a pretty faithful remake, or so I've heard, but it also isn't, the original. So I don't really have a lot of thoughts on what I want to see. What I want to see or what I believe will be changed in the game, I just know I'm just looking forward to it, is all I can say. And then the piece de resistance of the Nintendo Direct, we're getting a new Xenoblade. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever really talked about it on this channel, but Xenoblade is my favorite series. Will you ever see a playthrough of the games on this channel? I don't know. Just playing through JRPG games kind of scare me. I'm taking a lot of damage here. But yeah, playing through JRPG games really scares me, so I don't know if you'll ever see a playthrough on this channel. I would like to one day, but I'm not gonna make any promises. At the very least, before I hang up the Elgato and put this channel to bed, there'll at least be a few videos on Xenoblade. Whether it just be me going through the story and talking about them, or anything of the like. But yeah, Xenoblade Genesis. They got your boy excited. And I already know that game is going to be fantastic, because no Xenoblade game has ever disappointed me. Although, very weirdly, apparently there's been... not really a fight, but apparently Last of Us fans are trying to compare their series to Xenoblade because of how the games are handled. And by that, I mean, if you don't know, Xenoblade Chronicles was originally released for the Nintendo Wii. And then it got ported to the 3DS, and then it got ported to the Switch. And now, just recently, it got a Nintendo Switch 2 version. So, Last of Us fans are... Whoops. Anyway, Last of Us fans, or at least Twitter Last of Us fans, are trying to say that The Last of Us Xenoblade is the Last of Us of Nintendo fans, except that Last of Us is apparently a good game while Xenoblade is not. Which I think is a very stupid argument to make, because The Last of Us, correct me if I'm wrong, has had a lot more different ports. Now, Last of Us 1 came out for the PlayStation 4. And then I think it got a PS5 upgrade. Oh, Plant. Oh boy, Plant Man. Actually, you're not that difficult. You're annoying because you have a shield, but that's about it. But, yeah, Last of Us has... I didn't hit you? Last of Us had... Last of Us Remastered, I think Last of Us PS5 Edition, Last of Us PS4, then Last of Us 2, Last of Us 2 Remastered, even though that game came out on the PS5, so I don't understand why that had to happen. And there's like complete editions and stuff, and it's just like... It's just really confusing. Last of Us came out for PS3, excuse me, or did it? Well, let me make sure I don't get my facts all out of whack here. Because I'm getting making... Yes, it was actually for the PS3. Holy... what? Anyway. I don't remember... I know you're not weak to this. You reach a point there? Oh, weak to Jara. Okay. Anyway, like I was saying, it's... So... While yes, Xenoblade has been ported and has been ported to a lot of different systems, no doubt about that. Not gonna even say that. Also kind of disingenuous, because Xenoblade has 3 games in its main series and 4 games total, because there's Xenoblade 1, 2, 3, obviously, and then Xenoblade X. And if you really want to say it, only Xenoblade 1 has been ported around a lot. Like I said, it has had its Wii, its 3DS, and its Switch counterpart. That's really it. Like if you really wanna, god damn it. Like I understand the point they're trying to make, but it kind of falls flat because Xenoblade has a lot more series, and really it's only predominantly on one console. And it's technically spanned 3 console generations. Actually, it spanned a lot more. I have never seen this version of this Wily Pipe. But it spanned Wii all the way to the Switch too. Obviously. Though what are you weak to? I forgot about this. And Wily gets away. I'm gonna redo this. I forgot what this Wily phase is weak to, bro. Also, I made the assumption you lose, but apparently you don't. Wily just gets away. I mean, that's not that big of a deal. Photo Man. Who is he? Rotoman, Dr. Light's first ever built robot, he appears before Mega Man from time to time and mysteriously disappears. Is he friend or foe? Where is he off to? Nobody knows. Oops. Anyway, it's just kind of a dumb argument in my opinion. It just feels like PlayStation fans trying to pick a fight. I don't really get because their series is good. I don't really well, let me say Twitter PlayStation fans trying to pick a fight, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me on why it even has to be a question. Anyway, final course of the game. Course for Mega Man 7. Of course I have to see your ugly face first. Get out of here. And, but yeah. Really looking forward to Xenoblade Genesis. Twitter just picking fights as per usual. Got crash noise. It was really stupid to me. Like, I really don't understand the point of this fight, because it doesn't do anything for your series. Hell, it doesn't even do anything for my series. Also, yeah, I'm good. This is about to be the rest of this video. But Last of Us had Last of Us Remastered and Last of Us 2 Remastered. And if you're gonna try to say that the Switch 2 versions of those games are the same, I have to tell you, no. First of all, they cost less, and obviously they have new things on the system, or they have new cartridges that you can get and new store pages in the eShop that you can get. But you can also just get them as $30 DLC. So it's not really the same, because if you want to play Last of Us 2 Remastered, you can't just say, let me go into PlayStation Store and nice to see Fire is still as annoying. But you can't just say, yeah, I'm gonna go buy the DLC for Last of Us Part 2 so I can play your Last of Us 2 Remastered. That's unfortunately not how it works, even though it really kind of should be. That's how PS4 to PS5 upgrades work, I think. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong on that, but it's just kind of a disingenuous argument for honestly anybody to be having. Slash Man is weak to ice. Oh, I don't have his weakness here. Yeah, I really only care about weaknesses when it comes to the course for Mega Man 7, because that is the only this is the only course that doesn't have jumbled up bosses. So it just makes it a lot easier to track down boss weaknesses. But enough on the stupid talk. Let's talk more about games that got shown off. The Insomniac's Wolverine got a new trailer, the state of play, and it looks pretty good. Oh, is that low on HP? Whoops. Maybe I should not have been. Honestly, I don't even care for Junk Shield anyway. See, this is what I mean. Like, even when I know the weaknesses, the Buster just does everything you would need it to do. So there's Iceman in the background. You can see him on top of the little whale sub. But yo, Insomniac's Wolverine got a new trailer. Game looks really, really good. It looks really good. Then there's God of War La Fée, which looks really, really fun. I've never really been a God of War person. I've never really, honestly been a PlayStation person. If you want my honest, you want, you guys want to know more about me, I've always had a Nintendo console in my hands until recently. Now I have, well, I say recently, but it's been years now. But now I have an Xbox. I had a PS4 before. I now have a PC. So there's just, whoops. But yeah, there's a. I've never really had the opportunity to play God of War, and honestly, if I did, I'd never really think about playing it. I mean, I don't think I'd even have the opportunity to because of the nature of the games, but as I have grown up, I have learned more about games, watched more games. Putting in Twitter terms, I've LARPed a lot more. Seen gameplay for, seen story breakdowns for the old God of War games, especially the new ones. Love the story of the new ones, I'll say that much. But you can't shoot its eyes. Anyway, so while I may not have the experience of playing all of them, I will say, the game looks good. I am looking forward to maybe playing it, maybe just watching it, but whatever the case is. We are also getting Persona 4 Revival. I've never played Persona 4, I've only played Persona 5, Persona 5 Royal. Yeah, not that. Is that it? Yeah, it's Slash Claw. Okay. That's all I had to know. Why'd you even back up? No game plan there. Did You can wall jump in this game? Bro, what? I did not know that. That's cool as hell. But yeah, looking forward to Revival. I could just play Golden. I'm pretty sure if you ask anybody, they'll probably tell you to play Golden because there's a lot getting changed between Revival and Golden, but it's whatever. The main thing I care about that's getting changed is, unfortunately, the voice actors are getting changed. Thank you. It's just kind of sad, which is kind of crazy to me because, okay, so recently, like I said, Xenoblade 1 just got its Switch 2 edition, and in there they added new dialogue for Heart to Hearts. And they got the old voice actors, they didn't get anybody new to do those voices. So the fact that Sega has such little care for the series, the voice actors. No! My laboratory! Base, what are you doing? You know that I'm the strongest. There's no need for you to make any more junk robots. The strongest, huh? You've been beaten by Mega Man before. I underestimated him that time, but I will conquer him this time. Yeah, right. You can battle with Mega Man all you want. The robot that I'm making right now will blow the both of you away. Ha, all you make is junk. Do what you want. Wait, Base, don't leave me! And that is Mega Man the Power Battle. And that is all 3 choruses with all 3 characters. All 3 characters play pretty much the same. The biggest difference is Proto Man has a slightly different charge shot, but they all play the same. The only thing really different is the choruses you choose. But yeah, the fact that Sega or Atlus or whoever makes the decisions on that is cares so little about bringing back the original voice actors is a little sad. Not to hate on any of the new voice actors that come in. It's just weird, in my opinion, that there's so little care. There's I didn't get to talk about a lot of it because I harped on Xenoblade for a long time. Sumi, favorite game series, but a lot more came out like um Gears of War E-Day, Clockwork Revolution, and some other stuff. Oh, then there's a new Castlevania coming out in October. There's just a lot of games for a lot of different gamers, and it's really exciting to see. It's not well oh so exciting when you think about how much you're gonna have to pay for them. I mean, P4 Revival is already $70, I think. Yeah, $70, and then each of the Switch 2 editions of Xenoblade is $30, so that's 160 gone right there, not even counting tax. And then there's Xenoblade Genesis, which I'm gonna have to get a Switch 2 for, and then there's also Fortune's Weave, and there's a lot of money just flying out of my pockets. But that's a discussion for another time. And that is also the end of Power Battle. So, if you guys I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. Thank you for clicking on the video to watch in the first place, and I will see you guys later. And I'll definitely see you guys for Mega Man Power Battle 2.